Guess what time it is?
It's time for
Good morning, entrepreneurs.
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 Good morning, entrepreneurs. Good morning, entrepreneurs.
Good morning, entrepreneurs.
Good morning, entrepreneurs.
Good morning, entrepreneurs.
Good morning, entrepreneurs.
Good morning, entrepreneurs.
Good morning, entrepreneurs.
Good morning, entrepreneurs.
Good morning, entrepreneurs.
Good morning, entrepreneurs.
Good morning, freaking fabulous entrepreneurs.
Good morning, entrepreneurs.
Good morning, entrepreneurs.
G'day, good morning, entrepreneurs.
Good morning, entrepreneurs.
Good morning, entrepreneurs.
Good morning, entrepreneurs.
Good morning, freaking fabulous entrepreneurs.
Good morning, entrepreneurs.
Good morning, entrepreneurs.
G'day, good morning, entrepreneurs.
Good morning, entrepreneurs.
Good morning, entrepreneurs. Welcome, and allow me to introduce you to the fabulous co-hosts of Good Morning Entrepreneurs, Kim White and Kerry Zarb. Kim White is the founder and fierce leader of the My Sexy Business team, and Kerry Zarb is your financial designer from Down Under. Are you an entrepreneur who has felt like you were all alone on your business adventure? Well, you're in the right place, because Kim and Kerry are masters of creating community. As we like to say around here, buckle up, Buttercup. Here's Kim and Kerry.
Good morning.
Good morning. So excited for today, Kerry. It's going to be a great show.
Oh, Kim, I think I'm just a little overexcited, probably over-caffeinated, and all the fun things this Friday. So I agree with Yvonne. I think we should all buckle up.
I think that's the daily thing, Kerry. That's the daily task.
Daily, hourly, minutely, yes, all the things.
I love it. Well, welcome, everybody. We're excited that you're here with us. Kerry, you want to tell everybody what this show is for so that nobody is confused as to why they're here?
I thought you would do that, Kim, because I'm confused already. So if you could unconfuse me as well, I think that's a great idea.
Oh, my goodness, Kerry. So this is for entrepreneurs. It is a show from entrepreneurs to entrepreneurs, and we are asking entrepreneurs, and I'm going to keep saying that word 100 times, I guess, entrepreneurs across the globe to unite during this time so that we can learn from each other. I think it's a big thing, Kerry, to see behind the scenes instead of only seeing the flashy side that everybody wants to put out there. So we're here to bring some real to entrepreneur land.
Correct, Kim, because if you've come for flashy, you might be in the wrong place because it's certainly messy over here. But messy is beautiful, so don't forget that.
Very beautiful, Kerry.
So, Kim, shall we hop into entrepreneur land? Because I think we've got a little bit of exciting things going on that we want to share. But before we do, I do want to remind anyone tuning in, wherever you're tuning in, if you have questions that we can help you with for your entrepreneurial journey, geez, that's a big word, pop those into the chat and we would love to answer those in a future show. And by the way, English may not be all happening today. I'm just going to put that out there straight up.
So, Kerry, where are you coming from?
My office?
No.
Is that what you meant?
I think anyone new who's tuning in needs to know the difference in how we talk even to each other, because I'm in Texas.
And I'm in Melbourne, Australia, and it's Kerry doesn't speak normal English at the best of times. So, and not to mention it is 10 p.m. on Friday night here in the land down under, so that might actually help translate some of my lack of English when it gets a little bit later as well.
I love it, Kerry. Well, in Entrepreneur Land today, we want to recognize the holiday that's coming up here in the U.S., and I know it's not coming up there yet. That is Father's Day and remembering your dad. Kerry, I want to spin it a little bit. So I know you learned a lot about being an entrepreneur from your dad. I know
I
that
did.
was part of your growing up, but I think being an entrepreneur is something to be remembered as well. So anyone who has a dad, especially if they're an entrepreneur, we want to wish an extra special Happy Father's Day this week.
Happy Father's Day. And yes, Kim, you are right. We are not celebrating that here in Australia this weekend because we do it in September. So
we'll do it again.
But that's it. two Father's Days. Oh, that's nice. So where were we going next, Kim?
Happy Messy Friday. Let me just say that. So
I think it.
Go ahead, Kerry.
I think it is going to be a super messy Friday. So hopefully you get a laugh out of this show, if nothing else. But we do have some exciting things on the schedule, and we're going to head over to our first roving reporter, who is Melissa Start again. We are going to head over to our first roving reporter, where we are going to talk about marketing to niches with Melissa Botoff-Airy. Take it away, Melissa.
Thanks, Kim and Kerry. Melissa here, and I'm coming to you again straight from my podcasting studio as a roving reporter today for GME. And I'm coming as the resident no one quite knows what to do with my business because it's not traditional. It's actually very touchy expert. And I say that because I am in the child lost by suicide space. And that is a very particular niche business that is only for people that need my particular services. But I know I'm not alone. I know that many of you provide services for businesses like this, things that might be in the addiction recovery space or the mental health space, or even things like end-of-life services. These are all non-traditional and very niche businesses that can be difficult to know how to market to. In our world, that word almost seems like a bad word sometimes, but it's really about reaching people so that you can serve them at the highest level. And so this series is going to talk about quick and simple ways to do that and to think about it differently. And today's tip is going to be to start by finding your tribe. Find yourself in the spot of your customer and think, where do I need to go to look for the services that I'm providing? And then go there. Go to those places, whatever it looks like. And yes, I'm mostly talking about online. So whatever social media apps that applies to, whether that applies to video apps like YouTube or even neighborhood apps like Nextdoor Neighbor. But think about where you find your people. And then my challenge to you today is to start showing up there. Show up there consistently and be persistent with the message that you're putting out. And plan to do it for a long time, because this is about establishing relationships. And that will take me to the end for today. And next week, I'm going to talk about how you start to convert those relationships into students or clients in a way that is genuine and authentic. Until then, back to you, Kim and Kerry. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Melissa. Oh, Melissa's incredible.
So, Kerry, we were with her last night, and I want to share really quickly about her book launch event that she had last night for this book, and I'm so excited about it. We've been witnessing for a very long time. Kerry and I have. We've witnessed for a very long time what she's doing to impact moms who have lost a child by suicide. And it is incredible what she's done. She's created a legacy project. Let me say that. And this is the result. It's because they lived. And I am so honored to have been there and been able to witness all of the things. Kerry, was it not just incredible?
It was, Kim. It was absolutely amazing to be, and I felt very privileged to be there. And thank you, Melissa, for having us in your space for the book launch, because it was amazing to meet the authors in the book as well as hear a little bit of their stories. And I hadn't met them before, so that was extra special as well. And the support that they brought with them, of those that also joined the book launch, it was truly incredible, Kim.
Well, if anyone hasn't heard of the book yet, it's because they lived. Melissa Batour Ferry. She is the podcast host of The Leftover Pieces also, which is in the top 5% of all podcasts, Carrie, which is a huge, huge thing. But we have some behind the scenes for her, and we know that today can be a very difficult day for her because today is her son's birthday. So I want to bring the crew up for a second. We are going to, I'm going to say, in celebration of her impact on such a huge day, because today is Alex's birthday. So happy tacos, Alex. And we love you, Melissa.
Can I kiss the tacos?
We just wanted to say out loud how much we love her and how much we appreciate her. So thank you all for bringing your tacos to the table so we could give our nod to Alex and to love on our Melissa this morning.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for joining us. So, Kim, it is time to go to our next roving reporter. Our riding coach, Holly Totten, is standing by. So, over to you, Holly.
Thanks, Kim and Carrie. This is Holly Totten coming to you as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs. Last week, I asked the question, why does your story matter? And I'm going to ask the same question this week because there are multiple answers to this question and they're all important. So again, as an entrepreneur, why does your story matter? One of the reasons that it matters is because it's inspirational. It will provide inspiration to those that read it. When you share your story, it should include your why behind your business. Why did you start your business? What motivated you to begin a business that you're going to participate in day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year? There had to be a powerful purpose behind that. And sharing that provides inspiration to other entrepreneurs that read your story. They're going to be able to empathize with you, to smile with you, laugh with you, cry with you, whatever path it is that your story will take them. And this is important because it's going to help reignite their passion for their business. Maybe it's an entrepreneur just starting out that's not sure of their path, and this will help them develop their why. Maybe they've been in business for a few years and they're struggling in some way, and remembering their why is just what they need to push forward. Or maybe they've been in business for a long time and have lost sight of their why, and this brings it back to them. Sharing your story, including the why behind your business, the story behind the story, if you will, is important because it provides inspiration to other entrepreneurs. That's all for today, Kim and Carrie. Back to you.
Thank you, Holly.
So Holly inspires us all the time, Carrie.
I know,
look. There's two of them. I think everybody should know that if they're interested in doing anything for their business, writing-wise, Holly's the one to call. And definitely call soon because she is filling up spots right now, Carrie, to help people learn the process. Because you know what? Publishing is a scary process. Writing is a scary process. Carrie, I love your face whenever we talk about it.
The words, Kim, the words. So, Kim, tell me, when is Holly's next new author intensive?
Oh, I knew you were going to ask that, and I forgot to look. It is coming up in, I think, 3 weeks. So everybody better move quickly, and I will try to have the date next show. I am so sorry, Carrie.
No, I put you on the spot. That's okay.
And if I go look at my calendar, I'll kick myself off of here. So I'm not moving.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, my goodness. Well, guess what? Thank you for joining us for Good Morning Entrepreneurs. We have more show to share with you. And as Kim would say, buckle up. And we will be back in 1 minute after this quick commercial. Once upon a time, there was a princess from Oklahoma living a traveling life in Texas.
When along comes an Aussie bucket of swearing sunshine.
When these two girls from opposite ends of the globe met in February 2021,
even the universe did not know what it was in for.
Determined to solve world problems for entrepreneurs, we still to this day learn just how similar we are.
We have found our passions were too strong not to unite and become the partners in change that we are.
What is a bucket and a boom gate?
So a bucket is basically a category or a way to change how you're looking at something big.
And a boom gate is a way to protect ourselves. Sometimes we need a boom gate to protect ourselves from ourselves.
We have lots of experience of our lifetimes of business, and we want to share that with you.
We look forward to bringing you weekly episodes of the Buckets and Boom Gates podcast. Surprise! We're back! And we have our live roving reporter here with us, Jill, our mama entrepreneur. Over to you.
Good morning. I'm so excited to be here live for this segment up on studio with you guys. But I don't know what we're talking about today. That was kept a secret from me.
So I want to speak really quickly to the fact that you have your hands full first. We'll say that.
Yes.
But you also are one of the, I'm going to call it influencers. You are one of the influencers for like the state of New York. Longer than that, larger than that, but that's specific, where you do a lot of things to help other mamas. And I would love for you to share, because we just saw Melissa, we just saw Holly. They're both influencers in different ways. What does it mean to you, Jill, to be an influencer as a mama entrepreneur?
Well, I have to say first, I never thought of myself as an influencer until it was thrown around. The word was thrown around in our community, and that I don't have to have a blue check mark. I don't have to have a huge following to be labeled an influencer. Instead, it's just, am I living proof of what the solution was for myself that I can help someone else achieve also? And that, I think, just influencing my family, my peers, is being an influencer, and then that living proof of it. And I think the biggest honor is to be able to participate with the Postpartum Resource Center in New York, advocating for mental health awareness for moms and parents, both prenatal and postpartum, and get to go to these talks and share my story, along with some other moms who had tough experiences in their pregnancy journeys. And I actually have one coming up next week, which I'm super excited about to participate in.
So can you give more information to anyone who is interested in that particular topic, Jill? Can they just reach out to you?
Yes, I can always be reached at on Instagram, as well as my website, which is Mama Outspoken. And I have tons of resources to help other moms, and my story and sharing that is my biggest resource, I think, along with the resource center that I volunteer with. So yes, definitely. Socials, website, all that fun stuff.
Thank you, Jill. And thank you, little man.
Always singing and having fun.
You're busy to talk to me right now. Now that's the true influencer, Carrie, is like, he just does not have time for us lowly mere mortals. Like, thank you, Jill.
Thank you, Jill.
Thanks, guys. Well, back to you two.
Carrie, that was exciting though to hear Jill. I put her on the spot intentionally. Didn't mean for it to be like hard with her hands full, but I did put her on the spot intentionally because this is something that I feel like everybody needs to understand, is we all influence people. Like, it's been labeled like the ones that have millions of followers or the ones that are the influencers, but the truth is every one of these roving reporters, everyone who's watching who's an entrepreneur, you're influencing people. So I think it's important to take that serious and remember that, Carrie, that we are influencing other people.
And Kim, I was just about to say to you, I will remember that. Yes.
Remembering all day through the show.
Exactly. So, Kim, let's head over to our next roving reporter. Our resident age agitator, Yvonne Marchese, is standing by. So, over to you, Yvonne.
Thanks, Kim and Carrie. This is Yvonne Marchese coming to you as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs. I am your resident age agitator, here to talk about late life entrepreneurship. If you're one of those people who is still in a corporate job, maybe you have a side gig and you are thinking about leaving and starting your own business, but you keep finding yourself hesitating. I get it. Maybe what's holding you up is the idea of doing something you've never done before. I mean, who wants to be a newbie at this point? But I'm here to say, lean into it. Putting yourself in the position of being a beginner is a great opportunity for growth and learning. There are some things that you can do to get more comfortable with being a new business owner or an entrepreneur at this later stage of your life. Don't be afraid to reach out to others that are in your industry and ask them for support and advice. And be prepared to embrace the learning curve. Tip number 2 is set realistic expectations for yourself. Recognize that it takes time and practice to become good at anything. So don't expect yourself to be an expert right away. Instead, focus on making progress and celebrate the little victories along the way. Many people struggle with asking questions. They fear being perceived as ignorant or incompetent. But recognize that asking questions is a sign of intelligence and curiosity rather than weakness. Being a beginner can be challenging, but it can also be exciting and fun. So embrace the process of learning something new and enjoy the journey. Back to you, Kim and Carrie.
Thank you, Yvonne. Oh my goodness, Kim, that was amazing.
It was. And Carrie, I have hope because she said that if you ask a lot of questions, it means it's a sign of intelligence. Maybe there's hope for me yet.
I think there's hope for all of us, Kim, and I love that Yvonne highlighted how exciting it can be at the beginning. And for all of us, and I don't know about you, Kim, but I'm just going to say out loud for myself that each step of this entrepreneurship journey is a new beginning. So we're always a beginner and we're always learning something new. And I think that is exciting.
We need to remember that. Is that what you're saying, Carrie? We need to remember that.
We might need to remember that. Yes, you could be onto something there, Kim. What?
We need to also remember that Yvonne's podcast, Late Bloomer Living, is an incredible resource for anyone who's thinking about making a pivot in their midlife.
Mm-hmm. And if you didn't catch last week's show, don't forget that Yvonne has just passed her 3rd anniversary of the podcast. So that's pretty incredible. And if you wanted to tune into a new show on the podcast space, plenty to binge over there. So highly recommend.
I love it, Carrie.
So, Kim, let's head over to our next roving reporter because our findability queen is in the house, Denise Millay. Take it away, Denise.
Thanks, Kim and Carrie. Good morning, everyone. Denise Millay here, coming to you as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs. And as always, we're talking about findability for entrepreneurs. And I am on a mission to help everyone make sure that their content they spend all these hours creating is findable online when your customers go looking for solutions. So we've been spending a lot of time talking about findability and keywords, but I want to take a step back and say, what is a keyword? Because we've talked a lot about techniques and tactics, but we didn't really talk about what it is. A keyword is a word, phrase, or sentence that stands for the main idea or topic of a piece of content. It is also the words that your user is going to put into search engine when they are looking for something. So there's a match there. There's a match between what you put in your content and what they put in their keyboard, in their computer, or on their phone, whether they speak it or whether they type it. Those words connect, and that's how you become a search result for that audience. And it seems simplistic, but it is true that you need to have really good connection to the words that your audience uses when they go searching for something, and have those in the prominent places on your content so that the search engine understands what your content is. We want you to be findable, because if they can't find you, they can't do business with you. Back to you, Kim and Kerry.
Thank you, Denise.
You know, Carrie, she has a party coming up. I just want to say, I can't remember that date either, Carrie. I'm really bad this morning. I can't remember. I'm in the remembering mode and can't remember.
Oh, Kim. No, I don't have my calendar handy either. So we do know it's coming up shortly, and we are excited because that's a lot of fun. We went to the first one, and now look out, people. It's going to get even more exciting. So I can't wait for that to come around. And I just want to point out, Kim, Denise was just talking about keywords and what we put into the keyboard or on our phone. I think Google is probably frowning upon Kerry on the daily, because I don't even construct real sentences or questions or any of those things because of the words. It's all about the words. And yes, I'm sure if Google had a fly on the wall in Kerryland, it would be a little bit faceplant moment. So
Oh my goodness, Carrie. So findable is extremely important, even if you don't like the words, Carrie. So we definitely need to keep hanging out with the findability queen so that we can learn more.
Correct. And we need to remember that.
Oh, we need to remember that.
So thank you for being here with us. You are tuning in to Good Morning Entrepreneurs, and we will be back in 1 minute after this quick commercial.
This show is sponsored by
Groundwork Brigade Mastermind. Are you an entrepreneur who is focused on making an impact,
but you haven't figured out how to make an income doing it?
We spent years trying to figure out how to do both.
And we realized the business adventure is not a one-size-fits-all. I'm Kim White. I'm the founder and fierce leader of the My Sexy Business team.
And I'm Kerry Zarb, Aussie bucket of swearing sunshine.
And she's a brilliant entrepreneur, by the way.
We both understand how it feels to believe we are the only ones who can't figure things out.
So we decided to join forces so we could get in the trenches with you.
We lead a very special mastermind group so you can be confident in strategically implementing
the right things in the right order so that you too can get the best possible results.
We cover a variety of topics based on what you need,
including building a business that you own and doesn't own you.
We even address themes like social media strategy and simple tech solutions.
If you would like to meet other entrepreneurs who are living proof of what is possible,
come and join us, and the link is below. Well, Kim, I'm so excited. We've hit almost the halfway mark of today's show, and there's still a little bit more coming, but we do want to thank you once again for joining us because we're excited to have you here. This is an amazing Friday, and it's not probably anything earmarked on the calendar as such, although we are highlighting many things in today's show, but it is, I don't know, there's a vibe in the air, Kim. There's something going on, like it's pretty cool.
I'm remembering, Carrie, how fun you are. That's what I'm remembering.
Oh, I don't know about that, Kim.
Well, I think we have some fun coming up, Carrie. I just want to say that there's fun in this little bitty package. I just want to say that, Carrie.
Yes, we won't let the cats out of the bag, but we will say there is a little bit more still to come, and it is a little bit exciting as well. So with that, we are going to head over to our next roving reporter, our certified givologist, Donna Bender. Over to you, Donna.
Thanks, Kim and Carrie. This is Chiquita Banana and Donna Bender coming to you as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs. Today's Surprise and Delight marketing segment is all about how branded products drive visibility and help you stand out from the crowd. Promotional products are a valuable marketing strategy since they leave a lasting impact on everyone who receives them. The branded products you select should represent your business and the target market you serve. So you can choose items and events consistent with your brand and that tell a memorable story about your company. Why are promotional giveaways the #1 advertising strategy? Well, promotional products will get your message right into the hands of your customers. Plus, it will remind them of your brand for a long time, unlike a newspaper ad that goes right out of their sight the moment they flip the page. A 2021 Promotional Products Association study shows that 85.4% of consumers love to get a promotional product over a promotional email. Customers will recall where they received the products and link their satisfying experience to your business when they utilize them. So think of it as a recommendation. When you surprise and delight them with something unexpected, they'll remember your company the next time they require exactly what you provide. By creating a distinct brand identity using branded products, businesses can differentiate themselves from their competitors. A strong brand image communicates unique values and qualities and attributes that set a company apart. This differentiation helps customers recognize and remember your brand, making it much easier to stand out in a crowded marketplace. So, from Chiquita and myself, back to you, Kim and Carrie.
I love Donna. I love that she brings fun to this, like every time, Carrie.
I just don't have any words. And by the way, I'm only laughing because I thought it was so brilliant. And I was watching the banana and I'm like, is it going to fall? Is it going to, like, any moment now? That was so good.
So here's the thing about Donna that I love the most is she's fun and she caught our attention. But what she's saying is spot on. Like, she has helped her clients build like huge businesses by using branded products, getting their brand out in front of people. And I think that's important not to overlook, Carrie. While we're laughing, I just want us to remember that she can help you stand out from the crowd for sure, without having to wear a Chiquita Banana outfit.
Well, that stood out to me, Kim, because that was just priceless. And I so appreciate Donna and her level of entertainment that she's bringing into her roving reporter segment. So, yeah, that was good stuff.
So funny.
Kim, I think we'll head over to our next roving reporter because we do have the freaking fabulous Kat Corchado. So take it away, Kat.
Thanks, Kim and Carrie. This is the freaking fabulous Kat Corchado coming to you as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs. So this week's subject, jet lag. Why, you ask? I happen to be in Austin, Texas, and it made me start thinking about what do entrepreneurs do to conquer jet lag, or do you conquer jet lag? Jet lag is one of those things that sneaks up on you like a ninja when you least expect it. Even though we come prepared with our neck pillow and our noise-canceling headphones, jet lag has other plans. So of course, jet lag messes with your sleep, right? You go to bed at a reasonable hour only to wake up at 3 a.m. feeling like you've been hit by a Mack truck. But as entrepreneurs, we power on. So you get up and you go to your meetings and your phone calls, and you feel as though you're ready to face plant into your laptop. But wait, there's more. Jet lag messes with your memory. Simple things that you think you can recollect, like your spouse's phone number, or where you put something for safekeeping only to find out that you have actually hidden it from yourself. So, what to do? If jet lag is a big deal for you, but you really want to work out, take some time to just do some gentle stretching. If you're in a particular area for any point in time, see how you feel after a day or two, and then maybe do a gentle walk. Because you are in a new city, right? So that's a nice way to discover your surroundings. Do some gentle stretching, maybe do some yoga poses, which is one of the best things that you can do to help wake up the body a little bit. Because jet lag is a big deal. We are fierce entrepreneurs, and we can kick jet lag's butt anytime we want to, I think, maybe. And when all else fails, there's always coffee. Lots and lots of coffee. Back to you, Kim and Carrie.
Yes, coffee. Woohoo!
I knew she was speaking your language, Carrie.
Well, Kim, firstly, let me say this, because Kerry has no idea about jet lag, but I do understand the feeling of being hit by a Mack truck, not literally, but in that whole like foggy space. And Kat's so amazing. Oh my goodness.
She is, Carrie, and she was speaking at a really big event this week in Austin, and I had the privilege. I feel like I am I am the most blessed princess on the planet. Can I say that? I got to go spend Monday with her and hang out, and we did some fun stuff, which y'all will be seeing it on her socials, just saying. But we did some really fun things together. And I just have to say, what you see on the shows, she did a live stream yesterday, her and her salty sister, they did a live stream. Kat is an amazing human, first and foremost, but she is kicking booty and taking names when it comes to fitness, midlife. She's got a whole list of things. And she has the Sisters in Service podcast, Carrie, that is rocking military not wives, I'm sorry, military females, because they need that support, and Kat is such an amazing support. So I just want to mention all that.
That was great, Kim, and so much to add, and all absolutely necessary to say as well, because we get to hang out with Kat. I haven't met her in person as yet, but tying it in with the jet lag, maybe one day, you never know. So, but yes, Kim did have the privilege of meeting her this week, and yes, super jelly over here.
Don't be jelly, Carrie. We're coming to you soon. That's what I'm going to say. Coming to Australia soon. We're going to have GME in Australia in, is it 2025, Carrie?
2025. It's on the calendar.
So, Carrie, I think it's time to step into the virtual cafe. Would that be all right with you, Carrie? I love it. So shift of hats. That was awesome. That was absolutely awesome. So Kerry Zarb is the founder and director of Zinc Business Solutions. She's a rock star podcaster on multiple shows, including her famous Simply Biz Beans podcast, and the creator and leader of the Biz Beans Club. I have to say, Carrie, you are rocking the world in so many ways, and I'm just glad to be able to sit close to you, so maybe I can learn some more from you. So welcome, Kerry Zarb, and the crowd roars. Wah!
Thank you, Kim. And I have to say, the podcast does have an amazing co host. So, Kim is part of the podcast as well. And yes, I love our conversations on the podcast and appreciate you spending your time to be there with me in all of those episodes.
Carrie, I have to say out loud again, I just kept showing up and you finally said the only way you're going to get any podcasting done is to just make me part of it because I just kept asking questions.
Oh, I love it. I love it so much. So, Kim, I'm just going to disclose something that I held up to the screen while we were off screen because messy is beautiful and we don't mind sharing our behind the scenes sometimes. But what happens, guys, is when there's a roving reporter or a commercial on this show, Kim and I drop down in this platform and we can see each other and we can see the team right now and our cameras are on and we have the opportunity to do this.
Thankfully, Carrie.
And the only problem with it is when we're down there and not up here, we're tiny. We're tiny little itty bitty squares. So Kim was like, what is she even? What is that? And I was like, end of financial year. Oh my goodness, I forgot all about it again because it's just, I've been living it instead of thinking about it, Kim. So can I say that out loud that part of my lack of good English today is because it's been a huge week over here. So in Australia, unlike the States and many other countries, we decided at some point that we would wrap up our finances in the middle of the year. So we are approaching the 30th of June, as is everybody on the calendar. But the 30th of June here marks the end of our financial year. So I love the numbers so much and I play in that space so much that it has been a huge week. And I think it'll kind of continue for the next couple, Kim, until we just kind of jump over the 30th of June. But yeah, skates on.
So, Carrie, I have to tell everybody, if they don't already know you, you have a lot of really high-level clients that you are taking care of. So it's not just you taking care of your things, it's you helping, and I'm going to say manage some enormous businesses, like some really big players. I'm going to call them that, players. And I want everybody to know that and remember that when you're talking about that, it's not just, and I feel like everybody who has a business stresses over just theirs. You're taking care of all these other people's as well. So it kind of makes me go, like, more than one, Carrie, more than one.
And strangely, Kim, like I get excited about it. Like I've been bouncing out of bed and I've shared with you about the silly clock and the time schedule. There was 3 days in a row of 7:27. There was 3 days in a row of 6:54. Like it's just boing. Like you just bam, you're awake and and here at the moment because of the seasons at 6:54, it's almost still, it is actually still dark outside. Like it's like unheard of. I do stay up late because I come and play with my friends in their morning. So you guys are tuning in from the States. It's morning over there. It's evening over here. So I've shifted my body clock a little bit because I used to get up at like 4 o'clock in the morning. So I can't do that when I'm going to bed at 1 a.m. and comprehend the numbers at the same time. But it has been something that I've been doing for some time and I dive right in like that. Those client numbers, I treat them as if they're my own because they are important and I want to look after them really, really well. And for anyone that goes through this and might be able to understand, end of financial year is a big deal. There's a lot to do so that we can make decisions before we end the year and also start planning for the next year. So Kim, I've kind of completely derailed the segment and I'm so sorry for that, but I did think I need to make a mention. And just to explain for anyone that might be tuning in here locally in Australia, so I'm a registered BAS agent and qualified bookkeeper. So I do lots of dealings with the ATO, which is our tax office, and then obviously working in the client's files and getting everything prepared, which just fills my cup so much.
Carrie, I want to go to a commercial about you again, because not only are you helping people there locally, you are globally helping entrepreneurs. So I feel like this is a really important thing, Carrie. So if you don't mind, we're going to head to the commercial.
In 2022, I started sharing a special tool out to the universe that has since saved this community over $61,000. As your financial designer, I know what it feels like to find those random charges on your bank or credit card statement. If you want to get in control of your recurring payments, Simple Subscriptions is the free tool for you. I host a live tour of Simple Subscriptions every quarter. It's completely free for you to attend and get this amazing tool. Let me show you how Simple Subscriptions can save you money and help you track your progress. To hang out with me in the virtual cafe, head over to kerryzarb.com to register for the next live tour. And while you're there, grab your free and private copy of Simple Subscriptions so you can get started on saving money.
So, Carrie, do you have a new total for us? Because I know it's over 61,000, but I know you also have something to share.
I do, Kim, and I want to flip that. So before I share the new total, because the little commercial said over 61 and it's gone up a little bit, because I'm going to tell you that I saved $936 last week. So I jumped online. I have a recurring payment with a platform, and I jumped online to the support chat, and I just wanted to change the plan and save a few beans. I was just looking to save a few beans by changing plans, and they offered me a special deal that saved me $936. And I was like, oh, boom. How good is that?
And here's the thing about that, Carrie. It took a phone call, it took a little effort, but with that effort, now you're going to save that from now on. So that's a big deal.
And Kim, let me add, this was like a little live chat pop up in their platform that you can actually do. And I was able to do other things while they were going and checking this and then doing that. So I didn't just like sit on hold. And this is a good little takeaway for anyone tuning in. If you've got that opportunity in those little chat windows, you can multitask. You can do something else. So you're not feeling consumed if you're with them for 30 minutes or 45 minutes, because I think mine took about 45 minutes altogether, but I was doing other things at the same time while I was saving money. So that was pretty special.
I love it, Carrie. And thank you for being in the virtual cafe where
and
meets money.
Yes, of course. And the new total is $62,494.
That is awesome. Congratulations to you and everyone who's saving money, and I'm one of them. I appreciate all you do, Carrie, for all of that.
You are very welcome, Kim, and thank you. Thank you for having me for my segment. And we do need to step into the next segment. So I would like to introduce you to the founder and fierce leader of the My Sexy Business team. We have a very special segment because I don't know if you guys know, it's a little bit of a secret, but this amazing woman has her own language. And I'm not talking like English, Spanish, or anything like this. Is a very special language. So I would love to introduce you to the amazing Kim White. I don't know which way you are, but ta-da!
That's hysterical, Carrie. Thank you. Thank you.
You are very welcome. Now, Kim, would you like to share with us what is today's word, words, phrase, or phrases, please?
I would, Carrie. Today we chose broken record, which I think is hysterical with our remembering. We keep talking about remembering things. And you will hear me say in probably almost every conversation, I know I sound like a broken record, but I just think it's really important for everybody to hear something repeatedly sometimes and to remember, Carrie,
Well, Kim, I need to hear things probably about 20,000 times for it to sink into my thick head sometimes. So just keep going. Just keep saying it and saying it and saying it. I'm all good with that.
So, Carrie, what do you define broken record as? And I want to bring up like the production crew. I want to bring up Adam and Jill to join us for this too. What do you feel like broken record means, Carrie? You first.
Well, I think it's probably had a negative kind of tone to it for so many years because a lot of people would probably refer to it as, that person goes on like a broken record, or, like it would have that negative kind of stigma to it. And I think it's always been a little bit of a fond memory of mine because, and speaking of Father's Day, like my dad would say to me, have you set your alarm? Have you packed your lunch? Have you got your boots ready? Or have you know what I mean? Like there was that repetitiveness growing up and having him constantly remind me of those things, not because I forgot, by the way, ever. Like I never forgot. He was just that way of continuously saying those things because he cared if I had those things. So that's what it means to me, Kim, but in a fond way.
Thank you, Carrie. Adam or Jill, who wants to go first? Tell us what you think a broken record is.
Jill, you can go first this week.
I was going to say, no talking bad about me and my broken record.
So I don't really feel like there's a whole lot of different definitions that somebody can have for a broken record. I just want to say instead something that has come to light thinking about it, though, instead. It's something that my dad always said growing up. Oh, I know I sound like a broken record because he repeated everything all the time to us to remember. But one thing that we do in our entrepreneurship journey is we hear these things that are said to us over and over again, but we don't get them to click until miles down the road. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, no wonder why they were saying that over and over and over again. So that's my take on broken record.
I love that, Jill. That's all of us, by the way. That's all of us. Adam?
I'm going to agree with Jill and say that sometimes you do need to hear the same things over and over again until you get it. And there's something that Kim has been telling me for well over a year, and I just didn't get it until recently, but she kept saying it throughout the year. Not every day, but throughout the year, several times. This is what you have to do. Remember when I said this? Remember when I said that? And it's finally starting to click. And I am trying to pinpoint what it is that changed for me recently, that now I'm actually hearing what you have been saying. So I think that it is, like Denise said in the chat, repetition is the key to growing and changing. And I totally agree with that.
I love this. I actually love that we all can be broken records for each other, though, because it's a consistently saying something. And it's for others. Like, we're not trying to be right about something. That's not what a broken record is. It's about taking care of someone else or helping someone else. So I love this phrase, just saying.
Me too, Kim. So we have another live segment coming up. So we are going to introduce our next roving reporter, who might be with us very shortly, because the amazing Adam Rothenberg is here to share a very special story. Adam is our roving reporter for Entrepreneurs in Entertainment. And Adam, I'm passing the microphone over to you, my friend.
Thank you, Carrie and Kim. I am so excited for today's Entrepreneur in Entertainment segment. So today I am going to tell a story about one of the times that I met comedy legend Joan Rivers, and I got to see her on my actual birthday. She performed a lot in New York City at the Laurie Beachman Theater, where she would try out new material, and I got to go for my birthday, and they sat me right up front. She interacted with me. So after the show, she was kind enough to say that I could come back to meet her. after the show. And at that time, I had just started doing my interviews. It was, I don't remember what year it was, but it was very early on in my journey. And oh my God, I mean, I wanted an interview with her so badly. And so I was brought to her dressing room and we were chatting, and I had a letter with me to give to her, asking her if I could do an interview with her with a list of 10 questions. And I just got the guts to, as we were talking, we seemed to be, meshing well. So I had the guts to say in the moment, would you be willing to do an interview with me? And this was a huge lesson in both missed opportunity and a very big lesson that I learned. So it was a missed opportunity because she said yes. And when she said yes, I handed the letter to her assistant and said, oh, the questions are here. So with my email, she can write back to me, because at that time I was only doing email interviews. What I didn't realize in the moment was when she said yes, I could do the interview with her, she meant yes in that moment as I was standing in front of her. And I was so, of course I was so starstruck that I missed the opportunity. And then afterwards, I was told by the press person that I should not have asked her in the moment live to do the interview like that, and to not ask that again. And that was a big learning experience for me. And I have never asked somebody again on the spot to do the interview in that moment. I've always asked them who handles your interviews and to get in touch with them if I wanted to interview them. So it was a missed opportunity because I didn't get the interview, and it was a big lesson that I learned. And so it was what is it? A double whammy, because I struck out twice, but a huge experience for me.
Oh, Adam, thank you for sharing that with us, because I think we can all have a little takeaway from that. And it's good to reflect and recognize the lesson learnt in our stories and our journeys and the things that we experience. So I really appreciate you sharing that with us, Adam.
You're welcome. I just want to say, to her testament, I mean, how amazing that she was willing to say yes in the moment, and to she would have taken the time to answer the questions in the moment. So that is a real testament to her about how much she loves, to be interviewed, and her fans. And so
that is a definite thing to remember, Adam.
Mm-hmm, definitely.
So, Adam, I want you to stay right there, because Jill's coming back up any moment now, because we do need to step into our final thoughts for the show. Thank you, Jill. So, Jill, do you have final thoughts for today's show?
I knew we'd have a fun and silly show this morning, and I have to say we met that expectation, because we didn't even make 10 minutes and we were all already laughing. So I look forward to these moments in this show, even when there are some heavier things that we talk about with the roving reporters. So having that balance is always refreshing and makes for a great show. So thanks everybody for your participation in today.
Thank you, Jill. Adam, do you have quick final thoughts?
Yeah, this was a great show. Thank you everybody for tuning in and watching, engaging in the chat. We love you so much, and we couldn't do this show without you. So thank you for being here, and we hope you have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you, Adam. Princess?
Well, we couldn't do it without these two, Carrie. That's what I'm going to say. These two that are with us, we are so grateful for y'all. So do not underestimate the power of this team. And that's what I'm going to say. Thank you, Jill and Adam, for all you do. Thank you, Carrie, for all you do.
I agree. I appreciate everyone that tunes in, and I also appreciate this amazing team, because we don't press buttons, by the way, because you saw what happened. I pull people down, I pull people up, it's just an elevator. So
we will see you next Friday, 7 a.m. Central.
This is the team signing off for Good Morning Entrepreneurs.